Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do a review of an ESV Bible, and as you can see, this is a very large box. So this Bible that we're going to be looking at today is the ESV Pulpit Bible in Cowhide overboard. So it comes in a very nice box, but I also wanted to show you the other box that it comes in. So it comes in a thick cardboard box, a little bit thicker than normal, and then it also has a piece of cardboard that goes on the top and then another one on the bottom. So it is very well packaged, so if you order one, I wouldn't be concerned about it getting to you undamaged, because the way that they box this one is really nicely done. Alright, we'll look at the back of the box. So we'll look at that section there. So the ESV Pulpit Bible is a specialty edition beautifully suited for use in pulpits, lecterns, libraries, homes, or anywhere God's Word is esteemed. Its highly readable type is ideal for public reading and congregational worship, and the finely crafted reinforced leather cover will retain its beauty for years to come. So on the dimensions there, the 9 1/4 by 12 1/2, that is going to be on the text block, but we'll look at full dimensions. It's got a 12-point lexicon font, 4 ribbons, a presentation page, a sewn binding, double column paragraph format, high quality ivory colored paper, and premium leather overboard. So here is our ISBN number. It does retail for $3.99, and I just checked some pricing today, and you can get it ranging anywhere from $240 to $270. But when you're looking at pricing, also factor in shipping, because this is big. It's going to be in a larger box. Plus, this weighs in at 9.9 pounds, just the Bible. So that's without the boxes. So keep in mind that if it's a lower price, without free shipping, it may end up costing you a little more once you tack on the shipping. So factor that in as well. So as far as the outer dimensions on this one, we're looking 13 1/8 inches tall, 10 inches wide, and it is 3 inches thick. So we can see we've got really nicely done gold gilding. Now this cover, the cover on here is 3/8 of an inch thick. So I'm going to try to hold this and show you. So on these corners here, so they are beveled and angled on there. It's kind of hard to hold since this is almost 10 pounds. So you can kind of see how those corners are done. So on the front, we've got ESV, Holy Bible, and English Standard Version. And then around that outer perimeter, we've got a nice tooling design that looks really good on there. The grain pattern on this cowhide looks really nice. Now the spine on this Bible is just jaw-dropping. So we can see the raised rib, and then with also the tooling design work there. We've got Holy Bible, ESV, English Standard Version, and Crossway. So we do have the 4 raised ribs. Boy, this is a workout with this Bible. So really, really pretty the way that they've done that. The back is just going to be plain, but just a monster of a Bible. This thing is a beast. So if you go to a church that uses the ESV and they don't have a pulpit Bible and the pastor or preacher just uses like a handheld Bible, this would be a really good gift for your church. And depending on how many people you have at your church, you could gift one of these to your church. Like if you had 80 people at your church, at the retail price would be $5 per person. But at the sale prices, you could get one of these for like half of that. So maybe $2.50 per person, and gift your church just a beautiful Bible to use in the pulpit. I think that would be great. So again, really thick on the cover. You can see how thick that is right there. So just really nicely done. So on the inside, we are going to have a vinyl paste down liner. This first page, it is fairly thick on there, but so it opens up really nice. We're going to have a few pages of some blank paper. And on this one, let's see, one of these you can see the stitching on. So it's going to be on this one here, so I'm going to zoom down, see if you can see that. So in the gutter here, we can see the stitching. So nice sewn binding. Then we're going to have our presentation page. So if everybody chipped in and bought one for your church, that would be really nice to, to put the name of your church and from the congregation and the date. I think that would be an incredible gift to give to a church. Then we're going to get into our title pages. So we've got Holy Bible, ESV. Crossway just makes such nice products. So this one here is going to be the 2016 version of the text. They did have an older version that they did in 2009 that was of the 07 text. That one was a bonded leather overboard. That one had a larger font than this one. But I'll see if I can put links to both of them in the description box. If not, worst case, there will be a link to this one, but I'll try to do links for both. So we're going to have our contents page. So all of the books of the Bible, Old and New Testament. All of the books alphabetically. We'll get into the preface to the ESV. The features, so that's going to talk about the section headings, textual footnotes, and the cross-reference footnotes. Then we'll get into the Old Testament. So we can see that we do have the double column format. It is a paragraph format, so it's not a verse by verse. And you can see there that how clear the text is. So this is a 12-point font. So I'm going to get it closer there so you can see that. So really nice print on there. And looking at it, just looking at the Bible itself, I'm not seeing any ghosting. But I do see some when I look at the camera. But that a lot of times is the case. Cameras tend to highlight them. So there is some wider margins on both the inside and the outside. And one nice thing with that, because this is such a large Bible, if I can get it all in the frame there. So it does lay flat right in the beginning of the Bible. But once you get into it a little bit more, it's nice because the text isn't going to be falling into the gutter. So it is nice that they have a little bit wider margin on there for that. But it's just such a neat Bible. I'm not sure what the GSM on the paper is, but it is a thick paper. So it kind of reminds me of some of the Reader's Edition Bibles that have a thicker paper, because this is definitely a lot thicker than your typical Bible paper. So we are going to have 4 ribbon markers. So they are 1/2 inch wide. They're black. They are just a single satin. They are long enough to use, so they don't give you a ton of space. So that's the length that goes past the corner of the Bible. So if I put my fingers right on the corner, that's the additional there. So I personally would like to see a little bit longer ribbons, just because over time when they do start to fray and you trim those and you heat treat them, then you still have plenty of ribbon left. But they're still a good length. They're definitely usable, so I certainly wouldn't let ribbon length or anything detour you at all. We'll get in here and we'll look at the poetry sections so you can see how those look. So on the poetry, you can see some ghosting on the sections where there is no text, but as you're looking down at it and reading it, there's not any distractions for the actual text portion of it. Now this one, it is not line matched. There are some sections that just happen to be, but it's not going to be a line matched Bible. This one is more just designed to be up on a pulpit for whoever's teaching or preaching, to have a nice large Bible that they can read from and have it have a nice font. So again, this would be an amazing gift for your church if you go to a church that uses the ESV. And then we're going to get back into the New Testament. So on the ribbons, there are 4 of them. So you do have the 4 ribbons, again, all 1/2 inch wide. And then we get into the New Testament. Now it is going to be just black letter, so we're not going to have any words of Christ in red. But it's nice because you can see that even though we're getting a little bit closer to the back and there's starting to be a little bit more of a curve here, you can see that the text still isn't dropping down into the gutter. So that is nice. So once we get into the very back and we get to the end of Revelation, we're going to have a table of the weights and measures. And then we've got what's called the responsive readings. So I'm going to see if I can get you closer to where you could pause and read that if you would like. So basically, it's going to be 65 passages reflecting major themes of the Bible, and they've got it set where the congregation portion of it is in bold, and then the leaders portion is going to be in regular type. So let me move that up. So we've got the different sections. So again, there's 65. So it's going to start in Genesis. And there will be a section here that basically the pastor or preacher would read, and then the congregation would do the other portion of that. So you can see that these other sections that are bold, so that would be the congregation. And again, there are 65 of those, and I thought that was pretty neat because it talks about the importance of public readings of Scripture. So that's a good chunk there of that. And then we get to the back of the Bible. We're going to have a few more blank pages. Again, nice thick paper. We can see some more stitching here. And then we get to the back of the Bible. But just a beautifully done Bible. Again, you can see how thick that is and how those are beveled and angled. But just a really beautifully done pulpit Bible. Great for any pastor or preacher who preaches from the ESV. This would be an excellent, excellent gift for a pastor or preacher or to your church itself. So, again, huge Bible, almost 10 pounds, 9.9 pounds, but just beautifully done. So again, this is the ESV, the Pulpit Bible. It is the Cowhide overboard. There's the ISBN number. I will put a link to this one in the description box, and I'll try to put a link to the other one in the description box as well. But with that one, with having the older version of the ESV, you may not want that one. You may want to go with the 2016 version so that people in the congregation that have an ESV, if they've got the newer one, then they're going to be able to find a Bible that's going to match this versus the older one. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.